Project Breakthrough. Make sense? Very, very easy. All right, perfect. So now let's go back. Now we need to connect this page, this thank you page, with our landing page. Okay? So, and the way we do that is we need to help people go through this flawlessly. So there needs to be a connection through an autoresponder. Okay? Very, very simple process. Let me walk you guys through this. So here, I'm going to pull up our little our to-dos. Okay, so we just completed step number 3. We just connected our funnel to our affiliate link. Okay, that's how you do it. Now we're going to come back here in a minute, and we're going to do the same thing for this next page, but this one is going to be targeted for a little bit of a different demographic. Okay. So next, I'm going to connect my autoresponder to a funnel. So Mark, you have an account with GetResponse.
Yes.
Okay, we created a list a couple of days ago, right? Let's go ahead and log into our autoresponder. Perfect. So here we are in GetResponse, and we created a list. Okay, so I'm going to drop down, and the list that we created is called it's called Breakthrough 14. So I'm going to select that list. This is the list I'm working with. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to click on this little gear over here. See that, my friend? I'm just going to walk you through this as well, and Mark and Chris can actually see it too. I'm going to click on this gear. It's going to open up the settings for that particular list, for that particular campaign. And I need to do a couple things there, okay? Number one, I will click on permissions, okay? Permissions, very, very important. Do this. When I click on permissions, see this section says enable confirmed opt-in. I have all of these checked on by default. This basically means that every opt-in that's going to come into my landing page, they will have to verify their email before they can be added to my list. I don't want that. I'm going to uncheck them. Uncheck all 3 of these, okay? And that's all I have to do. It's going to automatically save our updates, and we're good, okay? Next thing, what I will do is I will go to my account, and I'll go to integrations over here, okay? This is how we will connect my autoresponder with my site suite. So I'll go to integrations, and I'll click on API and authorization. Okay, see this? Now this is some private proprietary information that we can't show you, watching this. So we're gonna have to blur this out, but you will see my secret API key right here. This is for Mark, this is for you. This is your secret key to your autoresponder. You don't want to give this out to anybody. Nobody should know this, right? That's why we're blurring this out for you. But as you know, if you're following along, you will see the same thing for yourself. I'm going to select this secret API key, and I'm going to copy it, okay? Again, you just went to my account, you went to integrations, click on API and authorization. Copy your secret API key. I'm going to come back to Site Suite, and I will do this. Let me go ahead and cast it for you guys again. All right, I'm going to come back, and I'll select the landing page that I want to work with. Okay, I'm going to go double click on the landing page, open it in editor. I will click on page settings. Okay, page settings right here. And here, see it says autoresponder settings. Okay, I'm going to click on that one. And before I do that though, you guys, I forgot to tell you this. This is actually important. So so I just copied that API key, right? Let's connect it, instead of connecting it to the page alone, which we won't be necessarily able to do that just for this page alone. We need to connect it to the entire funnel, and then we'll be able to assign different pages to different lists. Okay. So I'm going to go to my account here. In your site suite, go to my account. I will go to third-party integrations. Click on that. And then, see, I can incorporate this site suite, with merchant accounts. Like if I wanted to sell my own products, and I can incorporate with Stripe, authorize, email, autoresponders, all that stuff. We're working with GetResponse. Okay, that's what we're working with. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to click on settings and simply paste my API key. Okay. That's it. I'm going to click on save, click on OK. And now when we come back, here's what's going to happen. The system is going to make the connection in the background. And I'm going to double click on the page that we're working with. I'm going to open it back in editor again. I will click on page settings. I will click on autoresponder settings. And then I will choose our autoresponder. We're working with GetResponse. Okay, that's what you have. I'm going to click on that. Now look what it's going to do. It's going to say, boom, I've identified you have different lists in your autoresponder. So the system can now see and access your autoresponder. So these two can communicate now. Make sense?
That's cool.
You make sense to you too? Okay, perfect. Now we just select the list. Like when somebody opts into this landing page and they enter their email, which list do you want to put them in? Make sense?
Right.
With autoresponder. Yeah. So we're just going to select their goal to break through 14. That's the list that we assigned, right? Now, what happens next? Okay, once they add it to the list, next step is we want to take them to next page in funnel. Okay, next page in funnel, and that's it. And I'm going to simply publish it. Click on publish. Okay, so now when I go back, what's going to happen here is because we're taking them to the next page in funnel, the system will automatically know if I wanted to later on, if I wanted to change this and I wanted to connect them to go to this page or this page, all I need to do is just make that change here with connection, with an arrow, right? And then it's going to automatically reprogram everything and do that for me, okay? Now we need to do the same thing for this page as well, okay? So since we're on the get response, let's go ahead and connect this second landing page as well because these are two separate landing pages. Yep. So we're going to connect this one as well. Now this one does not have an opt-in. So it's what's called a two-step process and two-step opt-in landing page. So first they have to click on this link, and when they click on this button, right, or this button, look what's going to happen. It will open, see it says button link, okay? It will open, here's what we need to do. We need to select a pop-up window, to open in a pop-up window, okay? It's important, okay? So if you're paying attention, just do what I do. You want to select pop-up window, click OK, and here's the window that they will see for them to opt into, okay? So I'm going to click on this button. We can modify this if we wanted to as well, okay? And then make sure that this button, and it should say this by default, but just, you know, you, my friend, watching this, it's important that when you click on this button on your pop-up, okay, when they submit this form, okay, you want the button, see I'm working with the button settings here, you want the button link section to say submit a form. If you have it like, you know, pop up in another window or none or anything, that's wrong. You want the button to submit a form, okay? When the button submits a form, it's going to push out that opt-in to your autoresponder. Now we're going to do the same thing and just check this button as well. Okay, see if I can just click on the button settings. See this button link says open a pop-up window. Great. I want that. I'm going to click OK. And then this link or this button over here, when I click on it, it should say submit a form. Okay? Perfect. I want to click on page settings and click on autoresponder settings. And same thing here. We're going to connect our get response. When somebody opts in here, they'll go to the same list. We don't necessarily want to separate them. We could separate them if we wanted to later on when you guys get bigger in your marketing, right? And Jason is massive on that kind of stuff, and he's really into separations and segmentation, so am I. But in the beginning, as you're just starting out, you can start out with one list, just put everybody in the same list, although you're separating and targeting specifically your different groups of people. So if you're targeting to mortgage, for example, and we're going to do this when you guys are in Elite. You know, we'll have specific trainings and further trainings with you on this one as well. Same thing with you, my friend, is really teach you how to really separate your business from a point of entry, a point of click, down to what kind of follow-up messages are you sending to them based on what they requested in the beginning. Does that make sense? So if you're targeting, for example, a mortgage professional, you want to perhaps talk to them in a mortgage, you know, language, right? To make sense. So if I'm going to target single moms, maybe I want to put them in a list that's specifically for single moms. We're going to do that inside of Elite. This is an advanced training and further training that we're going to engage you guys in. Same thing with you, my friend. If you are in Elite, which you should be by this time anyways, don't worry, we're going to teach you how to do that, okay? I just don't want to take, you know, unnecessary time as, you know, just get through the fundamentals over here. All right, so page settings, autoresponder settings, get response, we're going to put them to the same list, and I want to enter a custom URL here. Actually, no, here I want to take him to the next page in funnel, okay? Next page in funnel, perfect. I want to click on publish. and nice. We just made that connection, okay? Just to make sure. Now, we'll go back to our canvas. I just simply click on the go back button. Now, this landing page is connected to this thank you page, okay? See, this thank you page is connected to your affiliate link. This we did not connect yet, okay? And this page in the video, I believe, Jason, you were telling me a little bit about your angle in that video. You talked about, you talked specifically to mortgage professionals.
That's right.
That was your angle for that particular video. So you know what we're going to do, Mark, is we are going to make this landing page extra special, okay? I'm going to show you how to do that very, very easily, okay? Let's go ahead and open this up in the editor. Since you're talking to mortgage professionals, okay, we don't necessarily have to change the copy entirely. This is really good copy. It's very good generic, copy to get somebody's attention, right? A good hook. What I may do though is I can put an extra sticker or an extra stamp on this landing page that would resonate with mortgage professional. Okay. The easiest way to do this is, look, I can go and I can click on Add New. I'm going to pick headline. Okay. I'm going to pick a new headline. Look, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to drag it over. I'm going to pop it above. Actually, go ahead and click on headline and select which headline you want. I'm going to drag it over and pop it right above the main headline, okay? Right in there. Now look what it's going to allow me to do. And I can center it. So if I see I'm working with this headline, it says alignment, I can center it, right? See if I center it, it's going to center it. And I can say this. I can say for mortgage professionals. See that? Now what I'm doing with that simple line, I'm just targeting mortgage professionals like laser, right? The rest of the message stays the same, but just because they see mortgage professionals and they can identify with that, boom, that's your target. Very, very simple, right? And that's how easy to do that kind of stuff with SiteSuite. Now, look, what happened here is when I added mortgage professionals, it pushed my subheadline down. Okay, so we can preview and see how this page is going to look like. It may look fine, or we might need to edit it. Okay, that's why I like to take a look at my previews. See, it doesn't look good. Right. Okay, so I need to adjust it. Very, very simple, you guys. I'm going to click on this headline here. Okay, number one, I can make it a little bit smaller. If I double click on it, I can make the size just a little bit smaller. Maybe I go for like 24, right? Maybe I go 26. Maybe that's too small. Maybe I go 26. And I can push it up. See, I'm working with this headline. See, it says position. Let's push it up a little bit. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm still going over into the video, right? So I can click on the headline, on the main headline, and I can push the main headline up just a little bit. Okay, see that? Now, if we preview, let's see what we got. Is it simple or what, you guys?
It is. Looks good.
Nice, right? Now, when we click on the buttons, when we code it, right, it's all going to work perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to publish it. I'm going to click on Publish. And we're good. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to link our thank you page to our affiliate link of Project Breakthrough. Okay, and that, my friend, will be a little bit of a different link because we can identify that particular link with a sub-ID that, Jason, you just talked about, right? Right. So why don't we go ahead and create a new link with a different sub-ID, it would be a good review for folks as well.
You got it, brother. Bring it up right over here.
Does this make sense? You with us? Okay. I know there's a lot of information, but I promise you, if you just keep it simple, don't overwhelm yourself with this information. You've got this video available to you forever. So go through it as many times as you want.
All right, earlier we talked about using a link generator to engage that process. If we were over here in your Click Promise account, as you recall, you came into the account, we had your home section, your My Account, your available offers, your My Offers. Select the offer from available offers, go into My Offers, that's where you're going to find it. The information's right there, you're going right to click Get a Custom Link. We go to Get a Custom Link, we go right in the sub-ID, and we're going to put down mortgage. Now, if you wanted other data and other variables down there, adding here, you can do so by adding other things if you wanted to. So for example, let's say you want to create 5 or 6 different pages for mortgage with different angles, Mark. You said, I want to talk to mortgage holders who have families and mortgage holders who have who are not married and who are in it for 20 years, in it for under 20 years, those who have a doctorate degree, those who have a degree. What if you could target somebody who has a college degree, is in the mortgage industry, and is not happy, and they're making $57,000 a year? Pretty lasered. So then your video and your page could get that laser, and you could say, hey, listen, hi, I'm Mark Barley. I'm 50,000 years old, and I have a mortgage college degree. I have all these things. You just get really, really, really lasered. I'm all about the pinpoint. Right. So here, you can actually create, I want to call it LP1, right? So I know this is our first landing page for mortgages. And as I create more, I can do additional items. Here, we could attach other areas to put more references in. You can kind of go crazy here, but this is good enough for now. Okay. So then, all I gotta do is click on the link that says Generate Link, and I can see I've not only have the SID equals to mortgage, but a comma is there, and I have the words capital L, capital P, and number 1. That's the only difference in this link, but also the URL changes. So what Click Promise does is they rotate links and domains for every single offer. So although it would work if you change the SID equals to a variable, the best thing, my friend, to do is always go back to the link generator and create a new tracking link. So I'll pause it right here, Vic, and I will give you back control, my friend, and I will pass to you the link, and we can pop that on our next page.
Okay, so I've got the link. I've copied the link. So our thank you page, and we want to make this phrase to be clickable. Okay, click here to start your training. I'm going to select it. I'm going to make it blue. That's what I want to do. I want to make it blue, just like that. So every link, people are wired. It's a blue link. It's clickable, right? And I can make it a different shade of blue if I wanted to as well. Over here, let's say if I, maybe like that. Maybe that's too blue. Maybe I want to go like that, right? You get the point. So you make it blue, and then over here, see this little link icon? I'm going to click on the link. And then here, I'm going to simply paste my URL that I just copied. Okay, see this mortgage LP1, same URL, right? From Click Promise. And then when it says target here, if I wanted to open up in a different window, I can say new window, blank, just like that. Okay, click OK. And my friends, we are done. I'm going to click on publish, publish.
Not too hard. Perfect.
So now, when the process is going to be like this. So people go through your opt-in page, okay, and when it saves the work, okay, of course it's doing it live. So they opt in here, they get redirected there, they click on the link, they get redirected to your affiliate, they sign up, you get the commission. And then they go to the funnel, and you don't have to touch them from that point on. Let the funnel do the work, let the ultimate, we'll call it the ultimate funnel, right? Let it do what it's doing, and your people, majority of your people, will do exactly what you do, because we're just taking them through the funnel. That'll go through these video series as we're creating right now, and you guys are literally in the process of building this together as we're doing it. It's really, really, it's like magic. This thing just works, and the big money is going to come in as people progress through the funnel. We didn't even talk about the back end yet. We didn't even talk about the big money yet. That's coming up in a few days here, so stay tuned, stick around. I hope this is making sense to you, right? All right, let's see what we just did. So we just connected our autoresponder to the funnel. Okay, boom, we can track that off. Okay, any questions on that, you guys?
Seems pretty easy.
No, not as right now.
You might need to rewatch the video, maybe later on when you do this yourself. But what I would recommend you do is, since I'm kind of doing it for you, right, and you're just watching me, which is good for you, I would suggest you guys go back and replicate this same funnel again, right? So you have the knowledge on how to do it yourself. Okay, next, create first email autoresponder email sequence. Okay, so here is how we're going to do that. We're going to go to our autoresponder, which is our get response account. Okay, I'm going to go to the dashboard. I will go to messages. So basically what that means, you guys, okay, is when somebody opted into our landing page, I want them to start getting in emails, and Mark, you want to start having them getting emails from you. Okay, you want to start positioning yourself with them. So we're going to load up. We're going to create 3 first stage follow-up sequences. Just 3. Okay, we don't have to go crazy on it yet. We'll teach you how to engage them more inside of the elite training, you know, in high traffic. But for now, we just want to create 3. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure you have your current campaign that I'm working in selected. It's Breakthrough 14. I'm going to go to Messages. It's very, very simple. I'm going to click on Create Autoresponder. Okay? Create Autoresponder. Click on Create Autoresponder. It's going to take me to this little section here. Okay? It's going to say, okay, great. So now, what we want to create is always going to be time-based for this particular example. Okay? You don't change that. Day number 1 or day number 0 basically means that as soon as they opt in, they'll immediately get that message, that first message we're going to create. So that's day number 0. You don't change that. We're going to link that to Breakthrough 14 link or campaign, which is by default here. We're going to send them message immediately, so nothing else you have to change here except, and of course, Monday through Sunday, all of these are going to be selected, so it doesn't matter what day of the week they come in, they should be getting our messages. I'm going to click on Create New, and we're going to create message together. Okay? So here is our autoresponder settings. Now, message name, how do we want to name our first message? This is for your reference. Okay? Now then, subject line is what they will see when they get your email. Okay? So message name, you know, my first message, I always want to make that connection to what they just responded to. So if you know, most people in the world don't know who Mark Barley is right now. And so somebody comes to your landing page. If I come to your landing page, I don't know that's you behind that page. But I remember the message that I saw. I remember, you know, make money in 14 days, you know, the 3 outcomes of Project Breakthrough, that kind of stuff. Right. I can remember that better than Mark Barley. So how do I make that connection immediately between your name and what they just responded to? Okay. So here I can say something like, and I usually keep my message name and subject line to be the same for my personal reference, so it's easy to distinguish them. Maybe I can say something like this. This would be their subject line too. Okay, so how to earn money within 14 days, your video. Okay, so the 14 days is a big connection point. Okay, earn money in 14 days. So if our Project Breakthrough page that they just went through, right, your affiliate page talked about making money in 14 days, right, which it does. I just made that connection, and then he just requested a video, so there's that. Now we can tweak it later on. What's going to happen is we're going to take a look at your open rates, your engagements, your click-throughs, and we'll optimize it as we're going. Okay. Subject line will be the same. How to earn money within 14 days. Okay. We can modify it later on as well. Now, this is the email that they'll be getting messages from and responding to. Okay, so you can leave your email there as well. Next step. So in this step, we're going to select our template. Now, I don't really want to get into the templates and all that stuff. I want if I'm targeting somebody who's just generic market, right? People who are, blue collar workers, for example. They're working and they just want to get better life, right? My mindset, you guys, when I create these messages, especially my personal messages, is I want it to come across as I'm talking to a buddy of mine. Like if I would send an email to Jason, I don't need to have a big fancy HTML creative with like big fancy headers and that kind of stuff. Say, Jason, hello, how are you doing today? You know what I mean? I'll just drop him a line on a blank piece of white, background. Say, hey man, how are you? Right?
I'm fine, thank you very much. How are you?
That kind of stuff. So I want to be personal with them. The key to me getting tremendous. I mean, I've in 11 years, I've identified a way to build your communication with your list in a way that gets you tremendous email open rates. Sometimes I would just send an email with just a smiley face as a subject line. Totally against the popular belief, right?
Over 90% open ratio when he sent an email with a colon and a parentheses as a smiley face. Yeah. It's like, dude, I'm in.
So it's just different, right? See, when all the marketers are taking this route, I want to take this route.
Sure.
I don't want to do like what everybody else is doing, and that makes me stand out.
Okay.
So I'm just going to click on Start from Scratch right here, and I will create a brand new template. Let's see if it gives me an ability to pick a blank template right here, blank template. Okay, I don't need any of the pre-designed ones. I just need a simple white page where I can create my email. Here it says add elements. All I'm going to do here, Mark, is I'm going to grab this text block and drag it over, drop it. Okay, and I'm going to erase all this. Boom. Okay, and I don't need to actually. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to erase this first, and then I'm going to erase this second, so I don't have to worry about the bold letters there. See? Now, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to write them an email. Okay? I'm going to talk to them like they're my best friend, somebody who I really care about. That's my mindset, right? Okay. And I might say something like this: Hey, it's I'm just going to write it as it's you, right? Hey, it's Mark. Hey, it's Mark and Kristen. Okay? And we can say something like this: You just requested more information on how to earn commissions, money, right, online within 14 days. Now, what did I just do here, Mark?
You just reminded them.
Exactly. I just restated the desire, right? I just triggered that desire again in them. So they're like, okay, yeah, I actually did request that information. So next, I want to give them call to action right away. Okay, I'm going to say, so they request that information. Logically, I need to give them the link quickly. So I'm going to say like this: Here is how. Okay, click here to see this. Now later, we're going to make this a hyperlink. Okay, we're going to make this a clickable link. I don't want to show my actual URL, raw URL with all the, things in it. I'm just going to hide it inside the link. Then I'm going to say, I want to pre-frame them for what the Project Breakthrough is all about. Because at the end of the day, I want them to sign up for Project Breakthrough if they didn't already. And so I want to pre-frame it once again. I want to get that emotional side of them going again, right? Here's how I may do that. I may say, Project Breakthrough is taking the industry by storm. And you know what I'm doing here, Mark? Storm. See, I can't type and talk at the same time. Campaign blueprint. You guys see how this becomes relevant now? Because those headlines that we wrote, you remember that, right? A few days ago? These headlines, like, Project Breakthrough, taking the industry by storm, helping average people make, a lot of money, that kind of stuff. Guess where it's coming from? Here, right? It's blueprinted. Now we're just taking this information and we're, relaying that into our marketing messages. That was why that was important. Okay. So Project Breakthrough is taking the industry by storm, allowing, and I can just basically restate that headline, right? Allowing real, average, ordinary people, and I might say with no prior experience, with no prior marketing experience, I might say, right? To finally break through and realistically, maybe I say start earning in as flat. Okay, I'm gonna bring that flat on the other side, flat like that. And then I can say it's 100% free. It's 100%. I don't want to use the word free in my emails, by the way. So this is a side lesson for you, my friend. So don't use words like that trigger spam, and you know that kind of stuff. You send billions of emails, so you probably should be talking about this.
So here's a ticket. If you want to make sure that your email never gets delivered, if this is your goal in life, which it should not be, just a hint.
Did you just say never get delivered?
Right, that's why I said that.
Okay.
If you want to make sure your email never gets delivered, which it should not be your goal, use the word free. Use the word opt-in. Use the word download. So reverse it all. Never use the word free. Never use the word download. Never use the word opt-in. Never use the word click here. Here's why. You see, email, when it was originally developed, it was designed to be between two people, two friends. Dude one, dude two, gal one, gal two. Not between a company and an individual. And the challenges in the email space for delivery and spam and everything else came because the commercial industry learned about email, Mark. They learned about the idea of getting to people, Chris. So the idea is this: make sure you're going to pass the spam test. There's a couple of tools that we can walk down the road and give you a few of them really, really cool ones. Matter of fact, we go over a ton of different tools for this process over in Data Secrets, do we not?
Data Secrets landing page.
Exactly. So we go deep. Listen, email marketing is kind of an art. This is kind of like ground number one, the first door to get into. This program is going to help you get your mail out. It's going to be delivered. It's going to be engaged. But developing the right content in that page, make sure it gets inboxed. And that's a really important thing. We did a program called Data Secrets over at High Traffic Academy. And Data Secrets outlines in great detail everything you ever wanted to think about or know about dropping email, sending out messages, monetizing those messages, and finding where all the hidden jewels are. Because you've got an email list, you're sending out mail. Well, there's a right way to send it and a wrong way. We go into writing content, writing ad copy, how to structure the ad copy, how to structure the content, what the subject line should be, what they shouldn't be, how to trigger an email to make sure it's going to get in the spam folder, how to not to. It's very, very deep. It's literally hours and hours and hours for those who are, the champion mindset that says, I want to be a specialized trainer across the board. I want to get deep. That's Data Secrets. Right now, just take this word, my friend. Don't get off the track. Realize, don't use the word free, don't use the word download, don't use the word opt-in, and do not use the word click here. Everything else you can engage. There's more to this one. We go to it and deeper into the High Traffic Academy training Data Secrets, but that's all you're going to need to know for this part of this program to get you off the ground.
Yeah, it'll be really easy. There is actually, we actually have marketers packs from High Traffic Academy, which we'll talk about to you and give you more information. Don't worry, just kind of keep that in the back of your mind for now. We'll come back and we'll tell you exactly what you need to do to become the master of this stuff. So for me to replace the word free with something else, I might say, it's instead of 100%, maybe I say it's totally complimentary, right? Complimentary, and won't cost you anything. And I might reinforce the message by saying, and put in another hyperlink here. I'm going to say, watch this for yourself. And I might add a little smiley face there just to be a little personal, right? Start developing your personality. See, I like to do this kind of stuff for myself. You guys will find yourself and your personality is going to evolve, as you start marketing. You may be into this kind of stuff or you may not, right? My personality is I want to have fun. I do the smiley faces and that kind of stuff just because that's how I roll, right? So, we'll sign. Well, I'm going to say talk soon, Mark and Kristen. Okay. Now, I need to grab these links here, right, and make them hyperlinks. So what I can do is I can go back and I can just paste my my same links from. We don't really need to send them to your site suite over here anymore. Let me show you. Let's go back here. We don't really need to send them to your landing page because they already opted in. Right. We don't need to send them to the thank you page because they already saw that. It doesn't make sense. So from this point on, in my email communication, for now, I'll be sending them straight to Project Breakthrough because my goal at this time is to get them to sign up if they didn't already. Okay. Now then, later, past these 3 messages, we're going to be engaging this content right here, and this is going to be our other links that will continue to engage them in the process, but from a different direction. Everything is strategic here. Everything is strategic over here, my friend. Our first goal, there's 3 things that's going to happen. Number 1, you don't want to distract them with anything else. As soon as I got into your, opted in, what's your number 1 goal? Get them to sign up for whatever you're promoting. You keep them in that mindset. Don't distract them with anything else. Okay. Number 2, this will be for about a week. Then we move into phase 2 in our campaign, and then we want to start getting closer to them personally. This is when I might send them a video, of Mark Barley, and you just talking to them saying, hey, here's what's going on, giving them more value, that kind of stuff. We'll talk about it in the Elite. So what I'll do is I'll just actually get, do we want to create, we might just create another link from Click Promise and just call it like email follow-up or something as a tagline, right?
Exactly right.
That way you can see when you see your sales in your Click Promise,
see exactly where
you'll see exactly where they're coming from, right?
That makes sense.
I want this to be my hyperlink. Okay, here's how. click here to see this. You know what? Instead of saying click here to see this, I'm going to say go here. Go here to see this. So less stress on those spiders and filters of the email world. Okay, so here's how I'm going to make this a hyperlink, you guys. Right? Highlight whatever you want to hyperlink, and then click on this little link. Okay, we're going to enter our URL.